best line in this whole episode was when Kat asked her son, what makes her a superhero? And the boy said, her legs. You go, boy. You 100% right. Let's talk. Hey, what's good, comic fans? This is Confire Comics, and we're here to talk about SuperGirl Season 1, Episode 4, Week 5, because, they did the reverse order, and you can kind of tell that a little bit. You're here with Confire Rich.
And I'm Confire Nate, and, the fact that they switched it didn't really affect too much as far as being confused. As far as last week and this week, I mean, the biggest issue is just dealing with Jimmy and the other girls' relationship issues. So, you know what? That's probably the least thing, one of the things I care the least about as far as this entire series goes. So, I'm more interested in the other stuff. So, I'm okay with that. But overall, I thought it was a lot. It was a better episode. It kept my attention because I was really interested in finding out what was going on with Max Lord. What did you think, Richie?
Well, one thing I recognize was that she's getting better. Supergirl's getting better. The way she's handling some of these situations, she's there. She's like, wait, there's a bomb. She looks through the building. She sees it. She takes off. She holds up the struts and stuff and seems them back. You know what I'm saying? You saw her before growing and making mistakes, and we're not seeing those mistakes anymore. She's struggling between being Supergirl, being an agent, being an assistant, being a babysitter, and it's kind of pulling her in all these directions. But it was good. It's finally starting to develop a little bit. Again, with the Max Lord thing, apparently this series of events takes place because he's testing her and wants to find out exactly who she is. And she performs well and she handles it.
I like that. I thought that was kind of neat because every single situation was exactly that. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning when they have this drone flying around, and first off, that drone is fast. I mean, it's keep.
I was thinking the same thing.
The first thing I thought was, man, I really want one of those. Where can I buy that at? Is there gonna
she
be a
could barely catch it. As a matter of fact, she didn't catch it. She had to shoot it with some laser eyes.
Yeah, I was like, that's a fast drone. I really want that.
Who's flying that?
But there was it was kind of neat, once they revealed that at the end, that the whole purpose was that he was testing all her abilities in each one of these situations. And I mean, even though he never actually directly said that, he kind of indirectly said, well, what if, because he's smart enough to know he doesn't want to get caught. This guy's a smart guy. He's not rich because he's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he's gotten, everything he's built up is because he's a smart guy. So I kind of found that interesting that now he's known, she's known, it's official. It's kind of like Superman Lex Luthor. I know you're a bad guy. I know you're who you are. And that was that kind of, plain right there. But at the same time, I kind of got this feeling like there's a little something between her sister and Max Lord.
I was about to say that. I was about to ask you that if that was the thing there, because it looked like they was trying to build that up into something.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? In the comics, this show.
Well, I was just wondering,
in comics,
as far as if from you watching this episode, if you were thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe, like something was going on between them two. I'm sure if that's the case, that will, that'll become an issue later. I also thought it was interesting that he said, well, now that I know that you were so willing to protect that train, there was someone on that train that you cared about. In reality, the only person on that train that she was really, really dead, in her mind, focused on protecting was a little kid. So it's going to be kind of hard to trace the kid back to her. So
yeah, I was thinking that too. Especially with all the people that was on the train. I mean, that was a big deal, and there's more than likely people at the airport that she cared about. I mean, if he tracked it down, he realized that Jimmy would have been there, and just stuff like that. So it's interesting notion, but things are getting dicey over there. What's up with old Red Eyes, man? I don't know what he's supposed to be, but what kind of power does he have? Turn my eyes red, and I can defuse a bomb. I wasn't sure what was up with that. I was like, what kind of?
We know the character's name, and that who he is that he is like the cyborg Superman. Okay, so I don't know how they're gonna play this.
Cyborg Superman.
Yeah, he basically has the same powers as Superman and Supergirl, but all of his stuff is basically engineered, and there's a lot to it. But everything I've seen from this point doesn't make me feel like they're going completely in that same exact direction. So I'm not sure, because in the comics, that person, he is a NASA pilot who gets into there's a big accident. All of his people die. Superman saves him. He blames Superman, and then there's a whole lot to it. His wife's on board. And there's a lot of backstory to it. With this, they haven't given us any backstory. The only indication we have of who he could be is the name that they've given him. You know, and that's the only thing to go off of, and that name implies to that character. So I'm not entirely sure what they're going to do with this, but they did focus on this twice. They had two moments. One, when she's getting, when she's laying on the table getting the sun on her to bring, heal her. He's over there, and you see the red eyes, and she kind of shakes it off. And then when he defuses the bomb, he gets all red eye and goes inside and takes the bomb off. And then later, the sister noticed, hey, this wasn't a dud. It had a fail switch.
Had a kill switch or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So I think this is something that's going to be played out throughout the season. And even in the last episode, which was actually the newest episode because they, swapped them. At the end of that, you find out that that her stepfather, went to work for that organization under him, the guy that we're talking about, and somehow mysteriously died. The character that Dean Cain plays. So anytime you see Dean Cain, it's in a flashback. So you find that out, and so now in the current time frame, the sister and Kara both understand this and are looking at him with, close eyes, wanting to know what's going on with him. So, will that play out in the next episode? I don't know. Will they drag that out a little bit further? But they basically know something's up with him.
All right, yeah. Because he had even when she was baking in that tanning bed, he was like this. So I don't know, it's weird. We'll see what happens with this. It's interesting. They keep teasing us with it and everything like that. But basically, that's it. Red eyes, and basically it was all about Lord and her coming one with her powers, and Kat giving her the encouragement, like, hey, you can juggle everything, just not all at once, and you have to work for it. So I found that very interesting. That's all we got for this episode, people. Let us know how you're liking the Supergirl. It's turning out to be one of our more popular reviews on this channel.
And the show's getting better. It seems like they're, it started off a little cheesy, but the show continually progresses to get a little bit better, a little bit more entertaining.
Which is what we wanted. We're thankful for because it was painful. I hate it too because I feel like the ratings dropped, like the third episode, which was probably one of the best episodes they had, because they didn't come out of the gate strong. But maybe to pick back up for the viewers and stuff like that, but it turned out not to be a bad show. I know there's a lot of people out there that do enjoy this because you do have a female superhero, and the chick is she's good in this role. I like her. So that's all we got. Let us know what you think. And what do y'all think this red-eyed dude? Do you think he's going to end up being a bad guy or a good guy? Let us know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, people, we're out.
See ya.
Hey, if you're still sticking around, then thank you for watching. That means you like us and we like you. So do us a little favor here and click that subscribe button over there so you don't miss any of our videos, because we dropping videos pretty much daily, okay? And then click this video up above my head and watch that if you haven't already, because it's awesome too. All right? Yo, man, Campfire Rich is out. Peace.